Blue lightsabers. Blue lightsabers are probably the most iconic color in Star Wars, instantly recognized as the weapon of the Jedi Knight. Within the Jedi Order, blue blades were most commonly wielded by Jedi Guardians, those focused on martial skill, combat training, and defending the Republic directly. Guardians emphasized action and protection over scholarship or diplomacy. Symbolically, blue represents bravery, righteousness, and a commitment to justice. A Jedi with a blue blade stands ready to face danger head-on, shielding the innocent and standing on the front lines of conflict. Some of the most famous wielders include Anakin Skywalker, whose blue saber reflected his role as a fearless protector, and Obi-Wan Kenobi, who balanced combat expertise with wisdom. Their battles, both alongside and against each other, helped define key moments in the Clone Wars and the fall of the Republic, cementing the blue lightsaber as a symbol of courage and martial discipline. Kyber crystals power lightsabers, and their color reflects the Jedi's connection to the Force. A crystal attuned to a Jedi who values courage, protection, and martial discipline often produces a blue blade. This is not something a Jedi can force. The crystal chooses the Jedi just as much as the Jedi chooses it, reflecting the user's inner nature. Blue lightsabers also became a broader symbol of the Jedi Order itself. For civilians of the Republic, seeing a blue blade meant that a Jedi Knight had arrived to protect them. Over time, it came to represent hope, authority, and the Jedi's power to stand against tyranny across the galaxy. Green lightsabers. Green lightsabers symbolize wisdom, harmony, and a deep connection to the living Force. Within the Jedi Order, they were most often carried by Jedi Consulars, members who focused less on combat and more on knowledge, teaching, diplomacy, and spiritual growth. While Guardians with blue blades defended the galaxy through action, Consulars wielding green sabers sought to resolve conflicts before they reached the battlefield. The green blade represents patience, reflection, and trust in the Force. Jedi who carry it are powerful, but their strength comes from insight and intuition rather than sheer combat skill. Notable wielders include Master Yoda, whose green blade reflected centuries of wisdom and mastery of the Force, and Qui-Gon Jinn, whose independent spirit and devotion to the living Force guided his actions even when they conflicted with the Jedi Council. Kyber crystals, naturally colorless until bonded with a Jedi, resonate with the user's inner nature. When a Jedi attuned to wisdom, harmony, and spiritual understanding bonds with a crystal, it often turns green, reflecting their path and philosophy. Culturally, green blades were associated with leaders, sages, and philosophers. During the Clone Wars, Jedi with green lightsabers frequently mediated disputes, guided negotiations, and shaped outcomes without resorting to violence. On the battlefield, a green saber signaled that the Jedi's actions were guided by the Force itself. In storytelling, green also represents growth and maturity. Luke Skywalker's green saber in Return of the Jedi visually marks his evolution from an impulsive young hero to a wise, balanced Jedi Knight. The color became a symbol of calm authority, spiritual attunement, and measured power. Yellow lightsabers. Yellow lightsabers are among the rarest in Star Wars, representing balance and service. Unlike blue or green blades, yellow is tied to Jedi who blend martial skill with knowledge, neither fully Guardians nor fully Consulars. It symbolizes a harmony between combat ability and spiritual insight. Historically, yellow blades are most closely associated with the Jedi Temple Guards, the elite sentinels who protected the Jedi Temple on Coruscant. These guards wore ceremonial masks and carried double-bladed yellow pikes. Their role was less about glory in battle and more about dedication, discipline, and loyalty to the Order. The yellow blade reflected that devotion, a symbol of guardianship rather than personal achievement. Later, Rey Skywalker constructed a yellow lightsaber at the end of the Skywalker saga. Her blade expanded the color's meaning, combining the courage and skill of the Guardians with the wisdom and attunement of the Consulars. In doing so, she marked her path as independent, resilient, and balanced, a new approach beyond the traditional divisions of the Jedi Order. Yellow sabers also connect to the Jedi Sentinels, a branch that specialized in investigation, technical skill, and practical knowledge. Sentinels often served as spies, researchers, or specialists who combined combat prowess with unconventional expertise. The yellow blade reflects this versatility, a Jedi whose purpose isn't defined solely by battle or study, but by the ability to adapt to the galaxy's needs. Kyber crystals attune to the essence of their wielder. When a Jedi embodies vigilance, service, and balance, the crystal often glows yellow. The color carries quiet power, rare, noticeable, and associated with Guardians who operate beyond personal recognition. Seeing a yellow blade meant encountering someone with a broader duty to protect, mediate, and serve. Purple lightsabers. Purple lightsabers are among the rarest and most distinctive in Star Wars, both visually and symbolically. The color represents a balance between light and dark. combining a Jedi's devotion to peace with an acknowledgement of raw passion and strength. Its rarity reflects how unusual this path is. Very few Jedi have ever wielded a purple blade. The most famous wielder is Mace Windu, Jedi Master and member of the Jedi High Council during the final years of the Republic. His purple blade reflected his unique relationship with the Force. Windu developed a lightsaber form called Vapad, which channeled dark side emotions such as aggression and redirected them against opponents without succumbing to corruption. The purple blade visually symbolizes this delicate balance, the calm discipline of the Jedi combined with controlled intensity. More broadly, purple represents Jedi who embrace a fuller spectrum of the Force. While most Jedi avoid the dark side completely, a purple blade shows a willingness to approach it carefully in pursuit of justice. It signifies mastery over one's emotions and abilities, the ability to harness power without letting it dominate. From a kyber crystal perspective, purple emerges when a Jedi's inner nature is complex, strong, and disciplined. It is rare because it requires an exceptional individual who can balance conflicting energies. In galactic history, Mace Windu's purple blade became a symbol of authority, controlled ferocity, and individuality, marking him as exceptional even among powerful Jedi. Narratively, the purple saber stands apart from the tradition of blue and green blades. It communicates mastery, uniqueness, and a path that does not fit neatly into established Jedi categories, a color of defiance, skill, and individuality. Red lightsabers. Red lightsabers are the unmistakable symbol of the Sith and other dark side users. Unlike the natural colors of Jedi blades, red comes from a process called bleeding, where a dark side user pours their anger, hatred, and pain into a kyber crystal. This forces the crystal to break and turn red, reflecting corruption rather than harmony with the Force. The red blade perfectly embodies Sith philosophy: domination over the Force, power through aggression, and control over others. It's a weapon and a symbol. Every red lightsaber immediately signals allegiance to the dark side and opposition to the Jedi. Historically, almost every Sith carried a red saber, from Darth Sidious and Darth Vader to Darth Maul, Count Dooku, and Kylo Ren. In battle, a red blade served as both a practical weapon and a psychological tool, inspiring fear and signaling the presence of dark side power. There's also a practical reason red is universal among the Sith. Kyber crystals are naturally attuned to the Jedi, so the Sith needed a way to generate their own blades. Bleeding allowed them to twist the crystal's power to match their own dark intentions. Over time, the Crimson Blade became inseparable from Sith identity. Psychologically, the red blade represents unrestrained power and freedom from Jedi codes. To the wielder, it's strength and control. To opponents, it's fear, destruction, and oppression. Expanded lore also shows that a corrupted red crystal can be purified back to white, symbolizing redemption, though until that happens, red remains the ultimate emblem of the dark side. White lightsabers. White lightsabers are among the rarest in the galaxy, symbolizing purity, independence, and freedom from alignment with either the Jedi or the Sith. Unlike traditional colors, white blades are created through purification. A corrupted red bleeding crystal is cleansed of its dark side taint, leaving behind a brilliant, clear white. The most iconic wielder is Ahsoka Tano, who left the Jedi Order but rejected the dark side. Her white lightsabers reflect her independence. She is no longer bound by Jedi codes, yet she remains committed to doing what is right. White blades symbolize those who follow their own path, acting according to conscience rather than institutions or dogma. White lightsabers also carry a deeper meaning of balance. They are neither colored by the passion and aggression of the dark side nor the traditional teachings of the Jedi. Instead, they represent clarity, focus, and personal integrity. Practically, white lightsabers are rare because they require a previously corrupted crystal to be purified. Each white blade carries a story of redemption and transformation. A crystal that once screamed under Sith domination, now restored through the will of its wielder. To the galaxy, a white blade is striking. Jedi see it as someone outside their hierarchy. Sith see it as a symbol of corruption undone, and civilians see a mysterious Force user operating independently. White represents individuality, renewal, and freedom in a universe defined by conflict and extremes. Black lightsaber, Darksaber. The Darksaber is unique in Star Wars, both in appearance and history. Unlike other lightsabers, it has a flat, sword-like blade with a black core edged in white, immediately setting it apart. It was created over 1,000 years ago by Tara Vizsla, the first Mandalorian inducted into the Jedi Order. After Tara Vizsla's death, the Jedi kept the weapon in their temple, but it was eventually reclaimed by House Vizsla. Over time, the Darksaber became a symbol of Mandalorian leadership. Whoever wields it has the right to rule Mandalore. This makes it more than a weapon. It's a political and cultural symbol, central to Mandalorian identity and power struggles. The Darksaber represents authority, heritage, and unity, but also conflict. Its black core and glowing white outline reflect a balance of light and shadow, though in practice, its wielders are often warriors bound by ambition or duty. It has passed through many hands: Pre Vizsla, Darth Maul, Sabine Wren, and Din Djarin with Bo-Katan Kryze, each adding to its legend. The weapon also demands skill. Its unique shape and weight make it difficult to master, and it resists wielders who lack connection or purpose. This reinforces its symbolism. The Darksaber grants authority, but that authority must be earned and upheld through strength of will. For the galaxy, the Darksaber signals change and contested power. Its presence often means Mandalore's fate is at stake. No other lightsaber carries such direct political and cultural significance, making it singular in both function and legacy. Orange lightsabers. Orange lightsabers are rare and carry a unique meaning in Star Wars lore. They represent a balance between aggression and diplomacy, combining the fiery energy of red with the calm stability of yellow. Orange often signals creativity, individuality, and a Jedi who doesn't fit neatly into the traditional Guardian or Consular roles. In canon, orange blades have appeared sparingly, most notably in Jedi Fallen Order, where Cal Kestis could wield one. Their scarcity makes them visually striking, and they often suggest a Jedi who blends combat skill with wisdom, strategy, or unconventional approaches to the Force. In expanded lore, orange is also associated with negotiation and versatility. A Jedi with an orange blade may act as a mediator, investigator, or specialist, someone who balances practical skill with Force mastery. Its rarity gives the wielder distinction, marking them as someone independent and exceptional. While no major orange-bladed Jedi dominate mainstream canon, the color remains a symbol of individuality and balance, appealing to those who walk between the extremes of the Jedi Code or the dark side.